Imagine looking at someone asleep and thinking, ah, yes, lower back agony by age 35. Because the way you twist your body into a human pretzel every night isn't just a comfort preference, it's a biological blueprint predicting exactly how your body is going to break down. You spend a third of your life unconscious, and if you're spending that time actively wrecking your spine or suffocating your brain, that structural damage compounds. We are breaking down the absolute worst sleeping positions, what they are doing to your anatomy, and how your preferred pose might be fast tracking you to physical ruin. Let's start with the absolute undisputed king of anatomical disasters. If you are a stomach sleeper, you are essentially committing slow motion orthopedic sabotage every single night. Unless your bed has a specialized hole cut out of it like a massage table, you cannot breathe while face down. To survive the night, you are forced to violently crank your neck a full 90 degrees to one side and hold it there for 8 hours straight. This creates severe cervical torsion, compressing your vertebral arteries, straining your ligaments, and unevenly pulling your neck muscles. Even worse, because your torso naturally sinks into the mattress, stomach sleeping completely flattens the natural S curve of your spine, forcing your lower back into hyperextension. If you wake up with an unexplainable kink in your neck and a stiff lower back that makes you groan like an opening dungeon door, this position is the exact culprit. But hey, maybe you don't twist your neck like a candy wrapper. Maybe you prefer to lie perfectly flat, completely unaware that your favorite position is actively trying to starve your brain of oxygen. This brings us to the back sleeper, a position that physical therapists absolutely love from a structural standpoint. Mechanically, it is fantastic because it distributes your body weight evenly and keeps your skeleton in a neutral alignment. However, while it is a massive win for your bones, it can be a terrifying loss for your respiratory system. When you lie flat on your back, gravity works against you, pulling your soft palate and the base of your tongue backward into your throat. If you are prone to snoring or suffer from obstructive sleep apnea, this position literally collapses your airway. Your brain begins to starve for oxygen, panics, and spikes your cortisol levels just enough to wake you up so you can breathe. You might not even remember these micro-awakenings, but you will wake up feeling like an absolute zombie, entirely bypassing the restorative deep sleep your brain desperately needs. So, if the front ruins your spine and the back suffocates your brain, you're probably thinking the side is a safe haven. Well, it is, until you realize that turning slightly to the wrong side can trigger a tidal wave of stomach acid. The ultimate biological winner is side sleeping, but specifically, left side sleeping. Clinical studies show that sleeping on your left side optimizes your internal anatomy. Because of the natural asymmetrical shape of your stomach, left side sleeping keeps the junction between your stomach and your esophagus elevated safely above your gastric acid, virtually eliminating nighttime acid reflux and heartburn. Furthermore, lying on your side heavily boosts your glymphatic system, which is your brain's dedicated waste clearance pathway. Think of it as a nightly pressure washer that clears out metabolic waste and plaques while you rest. But side sleeping isn't a flawless victory right out of the box. If you do it incorrectly, your top leg will naturally slide forward, twisting your pelvis and pulling your lower spine out of alignment. To turn side sleeping into a masterclass of longevity, you need two simple structural modifications. First, your pillow needs to be thick enough to fill the exact gap between your neck and your shoulder, keeping your head perfectly level. Second, you must place a firm pillow directly between your knees. This single adjustment keeps your hips perfectly stacked, your pelvis neutral, and entirely unloads the pressure from your lower back, turning your sleep into an actual recovery session instead of a nightly hazard. Changing a habit you've had for decades isn't easy, but your joints and your brain will thank you within 48 hours of making the switch. Drop a comment below with your honest current sleep position, and let's see how many stomach sleepers we need to rescue today. Hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend who always complains about back pain, and optimize your rest tonight.